Good morning and welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View. Transfer speculation is rife today. Celtic are looking to get their first summer Celtic transfer over the line as soon as possible. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up to reach as many Celtic supporters as possible. Anyway, the breaking news today is the fact that Celtic are ready to make a £5 million offer for Adam Ida. Brendan Rodgers wants to secure the services of the striker that is on loan from Norwich. He wants to get that deal done and dusted as soon as the transfer window opens. Can it be done before then? I don't think so, but Celtic want to get this deal done and dusted. 5 million for 5 million even for Adam Ida. Celtic are eager to get the deal done. What do you think? Tell me in the comment section. Is that the type of player that we should be going for? Or a lot of people have been saying that we should be going for the Aberdeen striker, and they've been ruling out the fact that the Hearts striker could become available also. Celtic are looking to secure Adam Ida on a permanent transfer after, I would say, a reasonably successful loan spell. 7 goals in 12 games. I did say that he would score 10 goals. He's only 3 away from that. And I think he still will reach it with just a few games to go. And obviously in the league and the one in the Scottish Cup final. A 23-year-old, you've got to remember he is only 23-year-old. He made an immediate impact under Brendan Rodgers when he came to Celtic, and Norwich value him at 5 million. Celtic are eager to wrap up the deal as this summer begins, and it's a strange one. I thought we would have went for someone a bit better, but can Adam Ida turn into one of those prolific strikers, a bit like Samaras? Samaras was kind of out of favour at the beginning, but he grew into a fantastic servant for Celtic. Could Adam Ida potentially turn into a Samaras type player? People will love him, people will loathe him. Tell me what you think in the comments. Despite starting only a few times in the last couple of weeks, since the one and only Kyogo has returned to full fitness, Celtic are willing to stump up the cash to get the player in on a permanent basis. We do need another striker. It's as simple as that. Everyone knows we need a striker. But what does it say to, yes, remember him. What does it say, the little man from, well, he's not so little, but from South Korea? It's an interesting time for him because he's basically been pushed out of the team since Adam Ida has came in. He did get a lot of chances at the beginning of the season. He did get a lot of game time before Christmas, but he just didn't do it, has he? He just hasn't done it. But Adam Ida's story, his football story, is quite an interesting one because he came from the Corinthians and he moved to Norwich, just age 16-year-old. He has came up through the ranks, through the Ireland setup. He's played for Ireland under 15s, under 16s, under 17s, under 18s, under 19s, under 21s. And then on the 3rd of September 2020, he did get his first full cap for Ireland. Tell me what you think in the comments. It is a breaking news story today. It looks like Celtic are trying to get this deal tied up. He does have a contract with Norwich that expires on the 30th of June 2028. So the man who has dual citizenship from Nigeria and Ireland could be the first summer Celtic signing this summer. What do you think? The man from Cork, is he the man for you to lead the attack in the Champions League for Celtic? Or is it still going to come down to Kyogo? And when you look at goal scoring exploits in Europe, Kyogo isn't really up there banging the door down, is he? Brendan Rodgers has a decision to make, and it looks like he's made it. Now, one that has been talking about this weekend and talking about James Forrest is the one and only Chris Sutton.
I mean, it all depends on the fitness of Dyson Maida. If Maida can start the game, he starts the game. He's got. I think if he's anywhere near fit, he starts.
Team's not picked, Mick. The team isn't picked because we'll have a debate in a second about who's going to play James Forrest and Nicholas Kuhn.
I don't think that's a debate either. I don't think it's that a debate. I think James Forrest has got to start the game.
But you think he's got to start? But I don't think that that's as cut and dried as what.
But why not? Why would you not pick James Forrest? The guy's in banging form.
Because Brendan may say he likes Nicholas Kuhn coming on the inside, driving the inside, and causing problems in that respect. I think that is the one area. If Dyson Maida is fit, then and how fit, is he? But I do take your point that think that James Forrest, on recent form, has to start, but I think it's still a wait and see, that one.
Wait and see, says Chris Sutton. What do you think about that? Everyone says that James Forrest will start, but could the manager throw a spanner into the works? And let's face it, it's at Celtic Park. I think he'll start James Forrest. I can understand where Chris Sutton's coming from. I can definitely understand where Chris Sutton's coming from. And he's kind of playing a bit of a devil's advocate on this one. It isn't guaranteed that James will start. No one has guaranteed spots in the team. That's one thing that we know for sure. But for me, all day long, James Forrest starts. It is as simple as that. Another Celtic news this morning. Well, it was a story that we spoke about last night on the live, and if you missed that, you missed out. Cracking little stories. But Adam Montgomery, remember him? Adam Montgomery, he looks like he's going to be on his way out Celtic. Also, Celtic are now open to offers for Adam Montgomery in the next transfer window. The decision comes after a challenging play period for the time. Let's face it, he went down to play under Scott Brown, and everyone was excited, thinking, you know what, Adam Montgomery was in and around the team last season under Ange Postecoglou, and let's see what Scott Brown can do with the players. Unfortunately, Scott Brown departed his job. He vacated the building, as they say, about 8 games into the season. So Adam Montgomery never really got that much chance to play under Scott. He was then brought home and he was put out on loan to Motherwell. And just 1 week after being put out on loan, he got a really bad hamstring injury. Injury setbacks have set him back this season, but Celtic, he's a left back and a winger. Have we really seen enough of him? But maybe the manager has seen enough over the piece of this year and thought, do you know what? He's maybe just not going to make it as a player. Celtic have decided that Montgomery doesn't fit into the club's long-term strategy, it seems, and it's a shame for the young lad, but there's lots of players that have came through the Celtic ranks that haven't made it. There are some that are going to come back this summer that really should probably be given a chance because they've excelled out on loan this season. And one of them to be the one and only Bosun Lawwell. I think that he has excelled, so it'll be interesting to see him in and around the first team. It's going to be a lot of players that will depart, a lot of the younger players will depart, but some of the younger development players that have been out on loan, I will think that they will come into it. So tell me what you think about the Adam Montgomery story. It's a shame to see him leaving Celtic. You always wanted the younger players to do well. With Adam Ida, 5 million, is that Celtic just grabbing the biscuit tin mentality? Let's face it, a lot of people will say it. Celtic will be put off the price that Aberdeen were wanting around about 8 million for their striker. They would probably get the Heart striker for a lot less. Could it be the fact that they would have went back for the Brøndby striker, but his valuation has went up? Also, Celtic weren't prepared to pay 6 million or something for him. They missed out by a couple of $100,000 last summer. Is Adam Ida the cheap option? I don't know. Could he really progress as a player to be one of those fantastic players, a bit like Chris Sutton, or a bit like the one and only Sammy Samaras, who will return to Celtic Park this year for the charity game? And on that note, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up. Debate it out in the comments section, as you always do. And on that note, have a fantastic day, Celtic fans all around the world.